You may think you've seen unusual couples online before, but these relationships are on a whole different level. From shocking appearances to unbelievable love stories, these 10 couples became famous for being truly one of a kind. Some inspired millions, while others left the internet completely speechless. Get ready, because you won't believe these couples actually exist. Are you new in this video? Click subscribe and hit notification bell, so let's get started. In 2020, a bizarre love story from South Sumatra, Indonesia, shocked people online when reports said 65-year-old Mbak Gambreng married 24-year-old Ardi Waris, her adopted son. The couple's 41-year age gap alone was enough to make headlines, but what made the story even more unbelievable was the fact that she had reportedly adopted him just 1 year earlier. According to reports, Mbak Gambreng said she never planned for anything romantic when she first took Ardi into her home. She had even encouraged him to get married someday, thinking of him as family. But the story took a dramatic turn when Ardi reportedly proposed to her instead. She said she was completely surprised by his proposal, but she accepted it. The wedding reportedly took place in front of her family, including her adopted daughters, and photos showed the couple smiling together as the story spread across social media and news sites. Reports also said Ardi paid a small dowry, which is a traditional part of many Indonesian Islamic weddings. That detail made the story even more unusual for people reading about it around the world. For many viewers, this was one of those stories that felt almost impossible to believe. A grandmother, an adopted son, a huge age gap, and a wedding that no one saw coming, it had all the ingredients of a viral headline. Whether people saw it as true love or total shock value, one thing is certain: Ardi Waris and Mbak Gambreng became one of the most talked about couples of the year. At first glance, many people only saw her difference. But behind the viral videos was a woman named Caitlin, who lives with Treacher-Collins syndrome, a rare condition that affects facial development and can involve the jaw, ears, and other bones of the face. In her case, the report says she was born without a jaw and without ears, and doctors had to place a tracheostomy to help her breathe. For years, Caitlin faced bullying, stares, and cruel comments, but dancing became her escape. According to the report, she later began sharing her routines on TikTok, and that is where her story reached a much bigger audience. What made the journey even more meaningful was the support of her boyfriend, Mantra, who encouraged her to post her talent online in the first place. Mantra did not just stand beside her online, he also helped her ignore the negativity. The report says he supported her through harsh comments, reminding her not to let strangers define her worth. For Caitlin, that support changed everything because it gave her the confidence to keep dancing, keep posting, and keep living without shame. Their story became powerful because it was not only about appearance. It was about confidence, acceptance, and love that grows stronger when someone truly sees your heart instead of your condition. Caitlin's journey shows that even after pain, bullying, and insecurity, a person can still find joy, confidence, and someone who believes in them completely. Shane Burkaw and Hannah Aylward are one of the most unforgettable couples online because their relationship challenges the way a lot of people think about disability, attraction, and love. Shane lives with spinal muscular atrophy, a genetic condition that causes progressive muscle weakness and is associated with his use of a wheelchair, while Hannah is able-bodied. Together, they created Squirmy and Grubs, a channel built around their everyday life as an interabled couple. Their story began in a surprisingly simple way. Hannah watched a short documentary about Shane, then reached out to him by email, and that message eventually grew into a real relationship. It was not a viral stunt or a publicity move, just a genuine connection that slowly turned into something lasting. What made them stand out even more is how openly they share their relationship with the public. On their YouTube channel and in other interviews, they talk honestly about ableism, daily care, accessibility, and the assumptions people make about interabled couples. They have used that platform to show that love is not defined by what a couple looks like from the outside, but by trust, humor, and support. Their relationship reached a major milestone when they married in a backyard ceremony on September 4, 2020. Reports at the time said the wedding was smaller than they originally planned, but still deeply meaningful to them. Since then, they have continued growing their audience and even co-authored a book, Unforgettable, expanding their message about disability, representation, and what real partnership can look like. Shane and Hannah's story is powerful because it reminds people that love does not have to fit a stereotype to be real. Their journey has become a symbol of confidence, acceptance, and the idea that the strongest relationships are often the ones people least expect. Kristen Victoria and her husband Mark are one of those couples that instantly make people rethink what love and partnership really look like. Kristen was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bone disease, a genetic condition that makes bones fragile and prone to breaking. In Kristen's case, the condition shaped nearly every part of her life, but it did not stop her from building a life full of purpose, travel, and love. What makes their story stand out is the way Mark supports her without treating her like she is less capable. In the Born Different feature about them, the message is very clear. He is not her carer, he is her husband. That distinction matters because their relationship is built on respect, trust, and equality, not pity. Kristen has also shared that she and Mark met online in 2006 and later married 7 years after that. Their story became widely shared because it challenges the assumptions people often make about disabled relationships. Kristen has spoken openly about how society can underestimate people with disabilities, but she continues to live boldly as a wife, advocate, traveler, and speaker. She has described herself as someone who has broken close to 100 bones, yet still built a life she is proud of. For many viewers, Kristen and Mark's relationship is powerful because it is not about a dramatic headline or shock value. It is about a couple proving that love is not measured by height, mobility, or medical condition. It is measured by how two people show up for each other every single day. And that is exactly why their story continues to inspire so many people around the world. Denise and Stefan are one of those couples who left millions of viewers speechless after appearing on Britain's Got Talent. Both are blind, and together they performed as a musical duo, bringing something deeply emotional and unforgettable to the stage. Denise is an operatic soprano, while Stefan is a pianist and accordion player, and together they created a performance that felt powerful, graceful, and deeply personal. What made their audition so special was not just their talent, but the story behind it. When they performed Climb Every Mountain from The Sound of Music, the judges and audience were completely moved by how much emotion they brought into the song. ITV described the performance as breathtaking, and Classic FM noted that the moment brought Judge Bruno Tonioli to tears. Denise and Stefan's story also stood out because it showed how love and music can work together in a very real way. They were not presented as a novelty act. They were shown as a genuine musical partnership built on trust, harmony, and shared life experience. Their performance of You'll Never Walk Alone was also widely shared, with fans praising the beauty and strength of their voices and playing. For many people, Denise and Stefan became a symbol of resilience. They proved that a disability does not stop someone from creating something beautiful, emotional, and world-class. Their appearance on Britain's Got Talent was more than just a TV moment. It was a reminder that talent, love, and determination can shine even brighter when life has tested you. Bree Scalos and Sheldon Wynn are a couple whose love story feels powerful because it is built on respect, confidence, and true partnership. Bree is a model and disability advocate who lives with paraplegia after an auto accident when she was 6 years old, while Sheldon is a pharmacist. Their story began when Bree used Hinge in Manhattan and matched with Sheldon, who was living farther away than she expected. But that small mistake ended up changing both of their lives. From the very beginning, their connection was about more than appearance. Bree said she felt the spark right away, and Sheldon described her as someone who had been a fighter her entire life. Their relationship grew because he saw her strength and she saw his kindness. That is what made people pay attention to them, not just that they were a couple, but that they represented something bigger, love without pity, and support without limits. Their story became even more special when they made accessibility a priority in their wedding planning. Bree and Sheldon were married on June 20, 2023, at Rule of Thirds in Brooklyn, and the event was designed with wheelchair users in mind. Reports say their wedding was even featured in the New York Times, which helped bring their story to a wider audience. Bree and Sheldon also became known for how they use fashion, modeling, and creative projects to challenge ideas about disability. Instead of hiding Bree's wheelchair, they embraced visibility and turned their relationship into a message of inclusion. That is why so many people connect with their story. It is not about inspiration in a cheesy way, but about two people proving that love can be equal, beautiful, and real. Love sees beyond appearances. Some viewers believe the man may have severe neurofibromatosis, while others think the image could be edited or enhanced with makeup, prosthetics, or AI effects. Whatever the truth may be, this image reminds us that kindness, acceptance, and genuine connection are more important than physical appearance. What can you say about this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Despite being born with a rare genetic disorder called neurofibromatosis, which has covered nearly 90% of her body with painful tumor-like bubbles, 58-year-old Gail Appelgren from Edmonton, Canada, never stopped believing in love. Gail inherited the condition from her mother and was diagnosed at just 12 years old. The disorder causes tumors to grow along the nerves, even on the brain and spinal cord. And for Gail, that meant living a life of constant surgeries and stares. Over the years, she has endured more than 40 operations to remove tumors and treat skin cancer that developed because of her condition. But the hardest battle wasn't the surgeries. It was society's judgment. Gail was often stared at, avoided in public, and even banned from swimming pools because of how she looked. Many treated her as if she were contagious. Then, in August 2010, everything changed. Gail met Tim Golumbia, a kind man who also lives with neurofibromatosis, though in a milder form. For the first time, she met someone who truly understood her pain and saw her beauty beyond appearances. After only a few dates, the two realized they shared more than a condition. They shared a connection. Today they stand together as husband and wife, proving that real love isn't about how you look, it's about who you are. Ariana, 21, and Victor, 25, are a young couple from the United States who found love through shared strength and understanding. Both were born with epidermolysis bullosa, EB, a rare genetic condition that makes the skin extremely fragile, tearing or blistering at the slightest touch. Despite the pain and challenges, they've built a bond that's stronger than any wound. The two met online through Facebook, connecting over their experiences with EB. But their relationship was tested early on. The COVID-19 pandemic kept them apart in different states for months. When they finally reunited for Ariana's college graduation, Victor said, "The first thing I noticed about Ariana was her confidence. She's comfortable in her body and not afraid of what others think." Ariana uses her social media platforms to raise awareness about her condition, but not everyone has been kind. She revealed that some people judge their relationship harshly, saying things like, "What are they doing to each other?" Yet Ariana stands proud, saying, "I still choose to post whatever I want and share our relationship." For Ariana and Victor, sharing the same rare condition has become their greatest strength. "It allows us to understand each other more," Ariana said. "We can talk deeply about our illness without feeling judged. We're comfortable with each other, and that's real love." Wade McCrae Washington and BJ Glaze are an inspiring husband and wife duo from Houston, Texas, both living with severe cerebral palsy and scoliosis, a rare spinal condition that makes daily life a constant challenge. But despite their disabilities, they've become true icons in the adaptive bodybuilding world. The couple first met over 20 years ago in college, and from that moment, they've been inseparable. Both were told early in life that their dreams were impossible, but together, they've proved everyone wrong. Their love and determination became the foundation of a life dedicated to fitness, courage, and hope. With the guidance of their coach, Tina Chandler, a former professional bodybuilder, and their motivator, Carl Ducina, Wade began serious training and soon achieved something extraordinary. He became a world champion in the adaptive bodybuilding division, an accomplishment that continues to inspire thousands online. Today, Wade and BJ work alongside Tina and Carl in the Normal to be Fit campaign, a movement that encourages people of all abilities to pursue health, strength, and confidence. Their journey proves that true power isn't just physical. It's in the heart, the will, and the belief that nothing is impossible. Meet Jolison Fernandes da Silva, affectionately known as Brazil's gentle giant. Standing at an astounding 7 feet 8 in 2.37 m, he holds the title of the tallest man in Brazil. Born with gigantism, he endured bullying and spent years hiding until, at age 21, he underwent surgery to remove a benign pituitary tumor, slowing his growth and igniting a new sense of confidence. That newfound confidence propelled him into the public eye in Paraíba, Brazil, where he eventually met Eva Medeiros, a 21-year-old admirer who stands at just 5 feet tall, nearly 3 feet shorter than Jolison. Their first encounter sparked immediate chemistry. Jolison recalls, "The day I saw her, I think it was love at first sight." Within a year, their bond had blossomed into marriage, defying widespread curiosity over their height difference, especially about practical aspects of intimacy. Jolison humorously remarks that the size of my feet is false advertising. Meanwhile, Evam stepped gracefully into her new role, tellingly sharing, "We have a normal love life, despite initial anxieties. There's one person who found adapting to the marriage harder." Jolison's mother, Ivanilda, openly confessed feeling jealous of her baby, though she eventually embraced her daughter-in-law's place in the family. Together, they've shown the world that love isn't about size. It's about connection, warmth, and defying expectations with grace and humor. Anton Kraft, known as one of the strongest little people in the world, stands just 4 feet 4 inches tall, but can lift 4 times his own body weight, holding multiple world records in powerlifting. Despite his small stature, Anton's confidence is as massive as his strength. And it's what drew him to Denise Messino, a famous female bodybuilder celebrated for her muscular physique and career in professional bodybuilding. Their relationship grabbed headlines not only because of their physical contrasts, Anton being short but incredibly strong, and Denise being tall, muscular, and a fitness icon, but also because it broke stereotypes about love, attraction, and body image. Anton often proudly states that he's attracted to strong women, while Denise embraces the uniqueness of their bond. Together they show that love isn't confined by size, shape, or societal expectations. It's about mutual admiration, respect, and finding beauty where others might not see it. Love knows no age, and for Charlotte Guttenberg and Chuck Helmke, it meant becoming living masterpieces. This remarkable pair hold Guinness World Records as the most tattooed senior citizens, each covering nearly every inch of their skin with body art. Charlotte has tattooed about 98.7% of her body, while Chuck follows closely at 93.7%. A testament to decades of dedication to their shared passion. Their commitment to self-expression quickly caught worldwide attention, with major features in the Guinness Book of Records around 2016-2018. They've become icons in the tattoo community, not just for their art, but for showcasing that bold choices really can blossom at any stage of life. Together, Charlotte and Chuck have turned their bodies into a living canvas and their story into a message. Age is no barrier when it comes to beauty, individuality, and love. And that's the end of today's list of couples who truly shocked the internet. Some of them broke stereotypes, some inspired millions, and some left people completely speechless. But all of them proved one thing: love can appear in the most unexpected ways. If this video surprised you, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for part 3.